So here is a quick start guide to getting started with Calendly. Firstly, you want to navigate to the Calendly website and enter your email address to start signing up. You'll be asked to enter a name and password, and once you click on continue, you'll be asked then to verify that via email. Once you've done that, you get into the setup screen. So this is where the configuration starts. So first thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you've got a link that means something to the people that are booking the meeting. So generally speaking, it's probably best to use your name in there. However, what you might want to do is if you're working on, say, something like a customer services team, you might want to put the name of the business in there instead. And also make sure you've got your time zone set up correctly. Okay, continue. So next step is to connect to our Office 365 calendar. So we're going to click on there. I believe we're already logged in here with a demo account. Yes. So we're now going to continue. So next part is our availability. So these are the hours in which people are going to be able to make appointments with you. So you want to leave yourself a bit of buffer in the morning just to get ready for things so you don't get a phone call straight away. So we're going to set this one to 10 a.m. And you also want to leave yourself a little bit of buffer at the end of the day in case your last appointment overruns. So we might say that one to 4 o'clock. This bit is just for marketing purposes, so we'll just click on Other. And now we're in Calendly and we're ready to set up our first appointment. So you see there's 3 pre-populated appointments in here. You can edit these, and the free license for Calendly, which is what we're using here, you get a maximum of 3. So we're going to customize one of these and see what you can do with it. So we click on the little cog and edit. So the first thing is you've got to describe the event. So what we're going to do is we're going to make this one a 15-minute phone call. In terms of location, you can do a few things. It's probably unlikely to be an in-place meeting at the moment. You can do a phone call. There is integration with Google, Zoom, or if you're using something else, say Microsoft Teams, you can do a custom location. For this one, we're going to call it a phone call. And we're going to put down that we will call the person making this invite. And what's going to happen is it will ask them for their phone number automatically. So we should do a quick description for the person making the booking. So say I will call you on the number provided. Okay, and the event link. So this is what people see in the emails or communication you send to them. So we'll just call that 15-minute phone call, so it's easily identifiable. Okay, on to the next step. So this determines how people can book the event and puts a few sort of rules around it. So we've already called it a 15-minute call, so obviously that will be 15 minutes. Best advice on the date range is not to make it too far ahead. Probably for something like a 15-minute call, you're probably going to want to maybe limit it to the next 2 weeks. Let's change that to 14 days. Time zone's already correct. Now, you can set the hours that you're available for this event. You've already set some default hours, so unless there's a reason to change those. For instance, you might want to, if it was a video call, not do it in the morning. Then you should leave that as it is. If you click on this advanced tab, this is really quite important. You can limit the number of those events in a day. So particularly, for instance, video events, you might want to put a cap on those because they're quite tiring to do. Or you just might want to limit these events just to ensure that you're remaining productive and have time to do other things. So let's say we're going to limit this to 4. And this is the amount of notice you need. So for a 15-minute call, we probably don't need that much notice. So we'll allow people to book these calls as soon as 4 hours from when they receive the invitation. You can also put something called buffer in. So buffer is it gives you a free space before and after the event. So if you've got a 15-minute call and you had a 15-minute buffer before and afterwards, you'd need a 45-minute slot in order to fit that in. So if we say we want 10 minutes to prepare for the call and 15 minutes, let's say, afterwards, just in case the call overruns. So it's always good practice to make sure you've got a decent buffer afterwards. You can also ask some questions. So you can see here, I've already mentioned that it pre-populates a request for the person to put a phone number in so you can call them on it. But you can also put something else in. So, ask any questions for preparation. If you weren't doing a phone call as the meeting type, you might want to put phone number in there anyway, just in case something goes wrong with the meeting. Always best practice. Sometimes I put an agenda in here as well if it's a specific type of meeting. The next options here, these are, you can customize the invitations, but you do have to have a premium paid for subscription in order to do that. So we're not going to do those. It's the same with the confirmation page. So once we're done, we just save all of those. Once the meeting's created, you can then view it as the person making the booking would see it. So let's click on that. There you go. So when someone clicks on the link that you provide them, this is what they'll see, and it'll dip in and show you all the available time in your calendar. Okay. So final thing to do is once you've done that, particularly if you're an Outlook user, you're probably going to want the add-in in Outlook in order that you can put the meeting availability links into your emails. So the way you do that is you go to Account, Apps, and then you click on the Outlook add-in and get it now, and it will log you in again to Office 365 and take you through the process to install it. So the final part of our guide to getting started with Calendly is to show you how to put a link to your calendar into an email. So create an email here. And so this is where the magic happens. You will have a app hopefully now, if you've installed it for Calendly. So you click on that and you get a window up, and it'll give you the options of your meetings that you've pre-configured. These are some that I've put in. And when you hover over the meeting, you get 3 links. So you can either add specific times to an email. So if you click on that, then you can select what you wish to put in there. The other options you've got are you can put a link to your diary. And the one I always use is create a single use link. So once someone's made a booking, they've no longer got access to your diary. So if you click on the link, go back into your email, paste that link in, and then you're able to send that on to whoever needs to book the appointment with you. Simple as that.